Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Pain of Change with Dr. Clarice. I am Dr. Clarice, and I am, as usual, very excited about my special guest today. He is Victor Orlando, celebrity percussionist, a prostate cancer survivor, a father, a grandfather of five, a great grandfather of seven. I couldn't believe it. And and he is really funny. I never really knew that until today. But he's got some good stuff. He's got some real good stuff. One of the things that I saw Victor, I felt his passion, and I reached out to him. I reached out to him because he is on a mission. He is on a mission. Not only is he a prostate cancer survivor, he didn't sit at home on the pity pot and not share his journey. He started the Hope Foundation. The Hope Foundation is not only for prostate cancer survivors, it's for prostate cancer awareness and testing. How about that? So he is about the business, and he's so about the business that Saturday, September 27th, he is going to have a fundraiser with amazing artists we're going to talk about to continue to raise money for not only awareness to prostate cancer, but for uninsured musicians. Now, we know that's a problem with period about people being uninsured, but you can just imagine what it's like to be a musician who sometimes is surviving from gig to gig. So we're going to let Victor talk a little bit more about that. But before any further ado, this is my 5th year, and Victor is my 100th guest. So it's also very special. So without any further ado, please help me. Oh, and I forgot, this is NFL opening day too for the Eagles and the Cowboys. So if you don't see this live, you'll see it it is recorded. So please watch it and share. Without any further ado, please help me welcome my friend Victor Orlando to the stage. Hello, Victor.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear you well.
We them boys. We them boys.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize that was that. Okay. Well, I'm glad I got the teams right because I'm not really.
Yep, you got it right.
But somebody told me they're playing in Mexico or somewhere.
They in Philly.
I thought they were in Philly because I saw all the programming with people in front of the Eagles Stadium. So
Right.
They're in Mexico. I'm like, Mexico. Anyway, so everybody ain't able. Readers are leaders. So anyway, welcome. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I know that you're a celebrity percussionist. You're an actor. Congratulations on your Insure commercials that I see, and your Chase Bank commercial. And I'm not a spoiler alert, but you're up for a second Chase commercial, and you're just doing amazing things. So tell me a little bit about Victor. That I may or may not. I probably told too much of your business, but tell me a little bit about yourself, how you started being a percussionist, who you played for, and walk me through your cancer journey. And thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. I do a lot of podcasts for different people for different reasons. When I got cancer, a lot of people came to me about music and medicine podcasts. How did you tie the music and the medicine in? So I started doing those. And then other people caught on to the journey and said, people want to know who you are and what you do and this, that, and the other. So that's kind of how I started this journey of podcasting and the new now version of being on television in your living room. But basically, originally, I'm out of Dallas, Texas. That's why I wear the star proudly.
Hey, Cowboys.
I'm a cowboy. And I've always loved funky cowboy. I've always loved music and sports and stuff. But I came out from Dallas, came to Los Angeles, started playing with a lot of different people. First gig was Canada, coming out of a little country town, and my first big gig was in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada. That's about it. That's a mouthful for somebody that don't. I couldn't even spell Halifax at the point at that time, but that's where I went. Halifax, playing with a band, playing music, and I'm like, this is cool. This is what I want to do. So 9 months later, I came back to LA. I went back home, and I said, no, this is not it. I gotta go back to LA. That's where it's at. Back home was fun to say, hey everybody, I'm back from Canada, but I was missing something at that point. Back to LA I went and just started getting picked up with different people. One of them, which was Buddy Miles, back in the day, the old Buddy Miles.
Wow.
Them changes guy. And it was fun doing some stuff, my eyes opening to the celebrity people that I've always listened to on record and thought about, never dreamed about, I got to play with this guy. I want to play with this guy. Who's this guy? I want to play. I never have thought really that. I just let God give me whoever he's going to give me to play with and say thank you for that blessing. But after Buddy Miles, I looked up and I got picked up by Billy Preston. So that was an eye opener. That was fun. I was with the group called Ozone on the Motown label. And we were playing behind Smokey Robinson, Natalie Cole, Tina Marie. And then we started playing behind Billy Preston. And that was fun. But by now, a lot of people knew who I was. He plays. He's got a lot of hair and he does that.
Right, right.
He does that. If he ain't doing that, that ain't the right Victor.
Right. That kind of became your signature and stuff, right?
But it's real. It's what I was doing back in Dallas before I even came up here. I was doing the same thing. So I didn't stop it. And next thing I know, I get a phone call from some high school classmates we all were high school classmates, but they left LA, Dallas, the same time I did. They went that way. I went to Canada that way. Next thing we know, we're meeting up in LA. I get a phone call. Hey, we're getting ready to go on tour with the Gap Band. You want to go with us? Yeah. It was Yarbrough and Peoples that had the song out, Don't You Stop It, Don't You Stop the Music. That was my homeroom classmate. None of us had nothing going on like that in high school other than we just knew each other. And then, bam, I said, yeah. And I'm off playing with them, Robert Whitfield, a guy named Goody that was on the label. Penny Ford was on the label with us also. Switch was on the label back in the day at that time. And it was fun. That was the first part of seeing the world out of a little box of Oak Cliff, Texas, was Canada. And then the next thing was the world. Went on a world tour with the Gap Band. And I got to see Germany, France, Italy, Cannes, France, Switzerland. I'm like, wow, I haven't even turned 25 yet. But it was great. So that's what started the whole engine of what I do and how I enjoyed it and wanted to continue doing it. And then I messed around and got with Shaka Khan.
What? Oh, what?
Shaka Khan. I knew Bobby. I went to Japan playing.
Right.
And I met Bobby Watson, the bass player from Rufus. And we became friends and stayed friends. So when I got back to LA, during one of the hiatus periods when I wasn't playing, still just playing locally here and there, I saw Bobby and I said, hey, you guys are getting ready to do the Funk Fest at the Coliseum. You think Shaka let me play? I know her from hanging out with Charlie. He took me to the rehearsal, said, Shaka, Victor wants to see if he can play with us at the Funk Festival. Oh, boy, come on, get your stuff and I'll see you tomorrow. Wow.
Well, she's from Chicago, so that's my homegirl, and that's how we do it. So, yeah,
yes,
come on.
But I'm like, that was just so beautiful to me. No fussing, no ifs, ands, and buts, no shine on, no ghosting, nobody. Just, hey, wait. First thing she said was, where your stuff at? And I'm like, Dad, gummit, my stuff is not in the car. Shaka, it's at home. She said, don't worry about it. Bring it tomorrow at the Coliseum. So the next day at the Coliseum, Los Angeles Coliseum, down there off of King Boulevard, I rolled up in there. Her security came out, took it, put it up on stage, and I started playing with Shaka Khan. And that was fun. But by that time, now I'm starting to play with a lot of A-list artists. And then someone coined me the percussionist to the stars.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, it's not bragging, it's not boasting, it's exactly what I do. I'm a percussionist to these people that are stars. I'll take it. I'm not saying anything egotistical or big-headed, because I don't like doing that. And I don't like people putting that on me, and I don't like portraying it. I still, when people come to me, oh, you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that, you're that. I said, I'm just a guy out of Oak Cliff that learned how to play, and I'm playing with a bunch of people I like to. So you can say what you want. Oh, man, you're an icon. You're a legend. You're a superstar. You're this. I eat collard greens and oxtails and mashed potatoes, okay? And I cook my own corn. Tell me what icon does that.
Victor, here's the thing. Everyone loves you because you are a celebrity and you never act like a celebrity. I mean, if you at Kathleen's house or wherever you are, you just Victor. I mean, I saw you around for years. I never knew until this is how I knew what you did. You're not going to believe the first time I saw you play at Zen over in Studio City.
At the Zen Lounge, yes, ma'am.
The Zen Lounge.
That's
Who
it.
owned it? Dwayne, somebody owned it.
Dwayne Martin.
Right, Dwayne, he owned it. And that was, 10 years ago or more?
Yep, like 15 years ago, exactly. With Reggie Darcy and Mark Gaspard.
And somebody was like, you don't know Victor? I'm like, oh, they say. So I forget who introduced me. It might have been Darn Odom or something introduced me to you, right? And I didn't even know then that you was big. I just knew you played the percussions. I call them bongos.
That's what everybody calls them. But the umbrella for the whole thing is percussion.
Right, so right. No, but you are a percussionist.
You can say anything up under that umbrella. Oh, he played cowbell. I'll take it. Oh, he played triangle. I'll take it.
No, but I mean, so I mean, you have been an amazing person in the community, period. And I mean, you are an activist. You don't talk about that, but I see you. I see you in terms of different things with Najee Ali. I've seen you in some of the things in terms of activism of things that go around in LA, and you don't miss a beat. So when you discovered that you had prostate cancer, how did that? I mean, I've never had cancer, thank God, but my mom, God rest her soul, is a 30-year and 2-month survivor of colon and lung cancer. 30 years and 2 months without chemo or radiation because of early detection.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's it.
So I spent my time from the time I was 26 years old dealing with my mom with her cancer, and not like she was sick, but I'm just saying with that kind of awareness.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So for you, when you were told that you had cancer, what was that like? Walk me through that.
Well, after I married and divorced in Dallas and came, I got a second wife, and she ended up with 4th stage breast cancer. And that's how my second wife, Felicia, died. And that was hard because we weren't together, but we were talking about getting back together, and that was hard. And then she was gone. So that's the only thing of cancer in my entire life, other than seeing other people here and there having it. Mm-hmm. And then next thing I know, COVID was happening. So no music was being played in the city anywhere, in anybody's city, Vegas, here, and anywhere else. Nothing else was happening but me being in the house, not scared like everybody else. Everybody pretty much was scared in the doors. I'm sitting here going like, okay, all this stuff is going on. I'll be glad when it's over so we can get back to playing. But I wasn't doing anything. And next thing I know, I get a birthday card. Birthday card was from LA Care, the medical LA Care. And it said, hey, happy birthday from LA Care. Have you checked your blood pressure? Have you checked your this? Have you done that? Have you had the colonoscopy? Blah, 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 blah. I, like every other man on the planet, looked at that card and that piece of mail. I get to it. Bam. Threw it in the corner. Next year, same thing. Next year, same thing. 3 years, I kept getting it. I just didn't go, wasn't going, wouldn't, just didn't have a desire. Didn't go, wasn't going, wouldn't go. That last year, the year of COVID, at that point, I am a major stickler that God talks to me. And I'm also a hard-headed Negro that I don't listen sometimes. This one was in my head. Hey, Vic, I know something around the corner that you don't know. So I've advised you to pick that card back up and make the phone call and go get a checkup. And I said to myself, I'm not doing nothing else. We got COVID. I can't go play. I'm stuck. I might as well just spine. Picked up the phone, made the phone call, got the appointment, went and saw my oncologist. Well, the doctors, the oncologists, they took the blood.
Your urologist.
Urologist. I'm so many ologists I had, 11 of them.
Right. Some ologists. Right.
Yep. And I go into the office and he says, you know, Victor Orlando, you have prostate cancer. But it's fixable. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear nothing else he said. You just told me I had cancer. That's all I heard. Now you're going to come back and say, but it's fixable.
Right.
And so I said, well, what can we do? What can we do? What do we need to do? He said, 2 options: radiation and chemotherapy, or take it out. Here's the problems, the issues you're going to have if you leave it in. It may come back with the radiation chemo, or it may not, but that's 50-50. We can't guarantee if it's not going to come back just because you had radiation and chemo. Or if you take it out, we can guarantee you it ain't coming back there because we took it out. So you'll never have prostate cancer again because the prostate's gone. And then it's like a balloon. The prostate is like a balloon. So once they took all the air out of it, they had to clean the end of it off of the end of the balloon, and which was the nerves around my prostate in my body. So all of that was dead. They said, these are the things that you're going to lose because you're having it taken out. Mm-hmm. Manhood stuff, men stuff men don't talk about, stuff women are like, oh, you had cancer? Well, you know, I'm going to check this other guy out here, you know. So it makes us go like, we don't even want to say it. We don't want to deal with it. I know it's gripping.
I'm going to cry. This is something.
And I still, 4 years later, I haven't dealt with, I've talked about, joked about, had fun about, did Richard Pryor jokes about the manhood thing, but I never went inside myself and cried for 3 days and dealt with, you ain't never going to have no more kids. You ain't never.
Right.
I'm like, and I talked about it to God, and I said, and then again, he spoke back to me. He said, Vic, I said, yes, sir. How many kids you got? I got 5 kids. How many grandkids you got? I got 5. How many great grands you got? You got 7. I think you finished. I said, yeah, I guess you got a point. So it's gone. They cleaned out the shop, swept the floor, put up apartment buildings. It's all gone. I have nothing. But it's cool because the end result, I'm vertical. Now, say that because the flip of that exact same story, another friend of mine had prostate cancer, did the radiation and chemo, and died.
Oh, look, I'm crying because, I mean, seriously, you're the first man that I did not expect this. This was not rehearsed. I know you shared with me that you had it removed, and I said congratulations, but I'm crying because how brave of you to, my podcast is global. I'm just kidding.
I ain't got no podcast, but I can say what I gotta say.
So now the world knows. No. This is
why
I'm proud of you.
Now they know anybody that had it taken out. We have hidden stuff that we don't deal with or talk about.
This is why I love my podcast, because it's the pain of change. It's the reality of life. It's the reality of life. If I can tell you how many male friends that I have lost from prostate cancer that did not want to get their prostate removed because they couldn't have sex anymore. And I would want to say, I hate to be the bearer of bad tidings, but you ain't really got it like you think you got it anymore. So you might as well live. But no, they don't want to live. They want that 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, 50% chance. But the reality is, it mostly always comes back.
Yeah. And so why take the chance? Go with the 50 that's more in your favor.
Go with the 100%.
Go with the 100% that it ain't coming back. Right. Because I just said I didn't want to be looking over my shoulder every day. So my friend did the chemo radiation. He was fine. Perfect fine. We jamming. I'm on this tour with him. I'm playing with him. But it came back. And when it came back, I wasn't playing. It just came back like 2-3 months ago. I'm watching the videos. Oh, and they out on tour. Oh, yeah. 2 weeks later, such and such gone. I just saw him on tour. Prostate cancer came back and it went to his kidneys and killed him. That fact, once it hits your bloodstream, it's over. You can't, it's like a runaway train. You have no way of detecting, stopping, or figuring out how to stop it. So I'm not gonna go through all of that. Just take it out and I won't even worry about the other stuff because I'd rather live. So I am.
What? And as a woman, and thank you, Victor, for your transparency. But as a woman, I don't know what kind of women are out here, because at a certain age, for me, which is why I probably don't date, but for me, the most important thing is companionship. Someone to do something with, to laugh with, to talk with. That's the most important thing. But I discovered, without naming names, that there are women that really still want to have sex at 100.
Yeah, it's some of that never leaves everybody.
And I'm like, there's obviously something wrong with me, because I'm like, really? But I applaud you, because this is a testimony for every man, black, white, green, yellow, purple, chartreuse. You wanted to live. That's what you said. You chose to live. So you are my Angelina Jolie, who had a double mastectomy 15 years ago, like, we're not going to worry about it coming back to the left or right breast. Ain't no breast going to be there. Like you said, it's not going to come back there because it's nothing there.
It's
to come
nothing
back
to
to.
attach to. Yep. But unfortunately, if you leave it in, you're leaving the possibility that some kind of way, with your health, with your eating, with your habits, with your whatever, it'll come back around somewhere and find that prostate to get back into. But, or any other place that it does. I'm just glad I've never had to deal with cancer per se until this, because I think they said there are 7 ways of pancreatic, lung cancer, blah, 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 brain cancer. There's different cancers. But if this place is the holder of what, 85, 95% of men, and nobody's cured it, that's what kills me about life and the BS of everything out there. We're going to do this, to cure that. You've been saying that since Moses came over. You think by now you'd have cured something? But they don't. And they still rake in money year after year, and nothing is ever cured because they're not trying to, because they figured out, well, we can rake in more money saying we're going to try to cure it as opposed to curing it. So I said, God, you take care of me, however you do. And his thing to me was, I got a plan for you. And it includes staying vertical and doing what you do.
I'm not laughing, but you're serious. You say staying vertical.
Staying vertical.
Staying vertical. I've never heard that before.
There's only 2 ways to live. There's only 2 ways to live, vertical or horizontal. We all know those that live horizontal, they don't live. So while I'm here vertical, now let me do everything that I can do, should do, need to do, and want to do. Because once you go horizontal, you're not going to do anything for not even yourself. Them kids you were trying to make ain't going to happen now. Because you're gone.
Horizontal doesn't necessarily mean you dead immediately, but no names. But I know people who have now passed, but were in the hospital horizontal for months. So even though they weren't, they're gone now, but when they found out whatever they found out, it was too late. Because sometimes there's no, when I come back in 2 weeks. Sometimes that doesn't exist. Oh, I'll deal with this when I love you. You are a miracle because you rolled the dice by throwing away. But then God spoke to you and you listened.
And I listened. Yeah. That's my growing up. You either listen to God, you listen to your parents, or you listen to the belt. One of the 3. So, but now from what I'm doing and seeing that by listening to him, icon, legend, superstar, percussion superstar, blah, blah, all of these things come with listening. Okay, well, yeah, I bucket sometimes and I don't always listen. Girlfriend, name unknown, I won't mention. He says, no, a week, 2 weeks, a month after I got with her. I said, but I can change it. 14 years later, still didn't change it, and I was miserable. And I look back at it and it's like, you told me that 14 years ago. Yeah, I can see you showed me immediately. That's not me. That's really not me. But I can change it. Look at this girl. Ooh, I can change it. 14 years later, 7 in the front end and 7 on the back end. It didn't change. I don't know what was worse, that breakup or cancer. But I'm still vertical after both of them. So whatever my decisions, good or bad, I'm still vertical on the other side of it to make better decisions and to keep going forward. And the better decisions include making more albums for people to listen to, new music out of me, my Richard Pryor movie, just the plan that God has for me. I did not know a foundation was in the plan. I did not know. I got Victor Orlando, percussionist, bongo player, cowbell player, actor, comedian, writer, producer. That's on the back end of Victor Orlando. 2025, CEO Victor Orlando of the Hope Foundation. Whoa. Where'd that come from? Them was white folk words in my day. CEO. I ain't never seen a black person with CEO on the front of his name. Never saw doctor on the back end of a black person's name. That's new. If you had doctor on the front of your name, you were a doctor. So, but then it all evolved into whatever you can make those titles work for you. I got CEO on there. I don't even care about it. What I'm trying to do is the mission and the goal. And you can say CEO all you want. You can say icon, legend, this, that, and the other, all you want. As long as I can play on the stage, I'm happy. You can call me what you want, say what you want. I don't run around saying, it's hard for me to, I'm Victor Orlando, CEO of the Hope Foundation. I'm percussionist to the stars, and I'm world-renowned percussionist. I'm like, dude, really? Get a life, dude.
Right.
You done did your title, right. Your title for 30 minutes, and we don't know what you do.
No, seriously, I get it. I remember I live here too, right? And it's like,
this is real.
I mean, look, my daughter said to me, Mom, you need to stop talking to people because you don't even know who you was talking to. I'm like, oh, because I'm talking to people and they big, but I don't know if they big. I just know we chatting and how you doing? I rarely say what do you do, because if we out socially, why do I care what you do? Right? I don't care. It don't matter. That's me. Somebody said, well, what is the guy you were talking with? What does he do? I'm like, who? I'm like, oh, I don't know. Or somebody said, do you know who that was? I'm like, no. They said that was somebody. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, it's not like, unless you big, like Denzel. I mean, that would be big to me. But I'm not saying these other people weren't big. I'm just saying they weren't in my mind's eye, right? Because I'm older, and these were younger people that I just didn't know. I didn't know them. I mean, they're big. But here's the thing. Foundations, when you see the word foundation, it means that it was birthed out of some tragedy. There's never any foundation that has happy associated, some kind of tragedy, some event happened that people want to do something about. So when you got that thing that said, you need to do something, you need to pay for it, you shouldn't be here. I gave you 4 warnings for 4 years and you never did anything about it, and now you're alive or whatever. So what are you going to do? So because you have a relationship with, I will give you all the credit, you have a relationship with God, I will assume. And so when this was put on your heart, as they say, put in heart, right? You face the fear factor because you're like, what? Foundation. So how did you move through that? Because you've done a lot. I mean, what you're getting ready to do on September 27th in Beverly Hills, right? I know.
Yes, monumental.
Because the next week, guess who's? No, he said he's going to be at Orpheus, but still, some of the biggest names play at Saban. That's not a little thing. That's a very intimate place, and it's in the 90210
zone.
And for you to even be able to convince whoever you talk to in their booking room at the Saban, that's major. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was at the Saban at first. I didn't know where it was when I was buying a ticket. I'm like, where is? I'm like, oh. So, and the lineup. Talk to me. Okay, talk to me about how this is for musicians without insurance, for prostate care, prostate awareness testing. So, how did you even think of this? What was it? What you got the idea? Now you want to do a fundraiser. Like we need another fundraiser, right?
Right.
But
And
because
life bad enough than giving money away again. But
yeah,
no,
but look at what happened yesterday. You played in a golf tournament, and people were giving you money.
yeah, it all goes around and comes around for a reason. But no, when I was told I had it, shocked the daylights out of me, said take it out. I'll deal with whatever issues that come with it, which was the stuff that I had to deal with internally. And okay, it's not serious enough to kill myself, so I'll move on with life and let's see what I said, now I'm talking to God. Okay, God, you done let this happen to me. You say you got me. That's what it says from Genesis to Revelations. I got you, basically. And I said, whatever just happened to me, I'll deal with it and I'm cool with it. But just let me have my hands. I just want to still be able to do that no matter what you've done. If they have to wheel me up there in a wheelchair, let me have my hands. If they have to prop me up there, let me have my hands. Just let me be able to. I would probably lose my mind if I couldn't have. That's something I don't know. I don't want to cross that railroad track, but I don't know. As they say, what would you do if you can't play? I don't know. Let's not even talk about it because I don't know.
Right.
But in the same breath, thank God through the years, oh, okay, well, I have learned how to act. I learned how to do comedy. I learned how to write. I learned how to produce. I learned how to collaborate. Okay, I can do other things, but that's a part of me, but it's not me. If I can't do me, then I'm gonna be frustrated. And I've seen the passion thing. I've seen the movies where the people can't do them and they lost their legs. They can't run anymore. They can't do track. They lost an arm. They can't do whatever. So it does take from your soul that you can't. But I'm like, okay, I don't even want to cross that track. Just let me do this and we'll be cool. And then I said, give me 9 months. I said, give me a year to recuperate, get this body back. 9 months later, I get a phone call. Hey, you ready? It was Switch, the group Switch, Elder Barges.
I love them. Mm-hmm.
And they said, we're getting ready to play for the Super Bowl in Los Angeles. Are you ready? And I was like, yeah, body, we ready? I don't care what you say. We're going to do this. But at that point, I was 9 months into it. My legs were okay. My body was okay. And I said, okay, God, 9 months before I get back on anybody's stage, because I had 8 staples in my stomach from where they stapled me up after they took it out. They took it. It's just like basically having a C-section for a man. They took the prostate out the middle and stapled me up. So upon that, I'm like, okay, I'm not even picking up $100 bill if it's on the ground. I ain't bending over to pick up squat. Later on, I got one of them things called a grabber. Let a piece of paper hit the floor.
I got one of those.
I'm going 97 years old with a grabber. Because when I did come home and I did drop something on the ground and I went to pick it up and I screamed like somebody took a scalpel and just slit straight down my face.
Oh.
I said, whatever that is on the floor from here on out will stay.
Right.
Until somebody comes over and, hey, can you get that for me? Because that's the pain that went with 8 staples in your stomach. So I'm like, I'm
the
rest.
pain of change, right?
I changed my mind about doing anything because the pain made me. But I I healed up. Said, okay, God, and so I took my drums down to the studio. I said, let me see what I got. So I'm standing in there and I was like, okay, feels good. Okay. And then I did something stupid. I decided to attempt to salsa dance while I played. So, my body looked like it fell off top of a mountain. And my body said, hey, we came in here to do this. We didn't come in here to dance. So I said, okay, I'm sorry. My body was telling me, you're only going to do this one thing.
We're only doing this. We're not doing
it. Exactly.
We're doing
that. I'm like, okay. So I went on the switch, did the rehearsals. I actually had my nurse carry me, walk with me up the steps on the stage that we did. Nobody knew it was my nurse. They know now, huh? I had my nurse carry me up the steps and prop me behind my congas. Set me behind my congas and I'm stationary. And I played. And when it was over with, she came up, gave me a hug, but that wasn't a hug. That was just grabbing me so she can help me down the steps. And that's what I went through for a minute until I got back into it. But that was, okay, I think I'm back and I'm ready. And that's when I started touring with Switch so that I can go out of, that's when we started the America tour, doing different cities. And I'm getting my legs back on it. Now I'm ready to go again. But as I'm going those 9 months, I was like, this is pretty bad. I wonder what other musicians are doing and feel like. I said, you know what, God? When I get out of this, what can I do? I wasn't even thinking pay forward. And what can I do to help the guys that don't have the insurance? Because that's $20,000 to pull that prostate out of me. I had maybe 20 cents, 35 cents, $20,000 I didn't have. LA Care, I still have not had to pay a penny from 4 years back. Not a penny. I don't care about politics, so I don't know whose it was, Trump's, Obama's, whoever was running it. It paid for it, and I was appreciative. So I'm like,
it's affordable. It's part of the Affordable Care Act.
Yeah. And I was like, but Vic, you're 2 different people. Play with the Gap Band, you play with Switch, you play with Shaka, you play this, that. Oh, you play down at the townhouse, and you play at La Louisiana, and you play on the street corner, and you play at the clubs with those guys. They both your friends. And I'm like thinking, yeah, man, I'm still one of them. What can I do for them? I said, well, if you get a foundation, you can pay for them to get tested. They don't have to come out their pocket. At least they'll know. Is that cool, God? And I'm kind of working that thought up. Last November, this was a 4-year process of thinking this, because I said, I don't want to do anything to try to help anybody else until I got my sea legs back under me, and I'm okay. Last year in November at Catalina Jazz Club, I had my first fundraiser and birthday party. I turned 72. And as I'm doing, I said, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out for my birthday. This is also a fundraiser. I got a table over there if you want to give some money for this foundation I'm thinking about doing. I want to do this, that, and the other. Still don't know what can of that I just opened up. I do not. I'm just saying the words. I want to open up a foundation to help musicians. Don't know what the word foundation, CEO, and the process means. I'm thinking, give me $200-300 by next Monday. I'm up and running, ready to go. Government's like, oh no. IRS is like, oh heck no.
Right.
And that whole process. So I'm standing up there, making my pitch to the people. This guy walks up on the stage, and I'm standing there, look back. Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice round of applause. Give it up. He said, can I have the mic? I gave him the mic. I believe in what Victor's doing. I want to give him $20,000 to do his foundation. Okay, here comes my tears all over the stage, all over the place, in towels, on his shoulder. I'm like, A man just walked up and said, I want to give $20,000. Now, previously, 3-4 days, he called me, said, I love what you're doing. I'm gonna give you $1,000 for what you're doing. I said, oh, that's so sweet. $1,000, that's cool. $1,000, that's, I'm still with my 20 cents in my pocket.
Right.
And now he comes up and says, I want to give you $20,000. To me, in my head, in my heart, and in my mind, God just wrote the check and signed it. Said, this is what I want you to do, because I'm signing off on this man giving you $20,000. And now, creatively, I'm going like, okay, $20,000. I can buy some shoes, I can buy a jacket, I can buy a drum, and then I can do the foundation. I'm already spending money before I got it. Not really. I wasn't thinking I'm going to go out and buy it, but mentally.
Right.
$20,000. I get back to the foundation. Let me go downtown and do some shopping. So he told me that, and then I went home. On stage I cried and had the whole cry thing. And then next thing I know, it was real. Handed me a piece of paper, numbers. I'm meeting with his lawyers. Go to the bank, cash it, open up an account, put it in, start paying for the cement to be laid to the foundation of the building that was going to be the Hope Foundation. And that man was Charles Wright from the group Watts 103rd Street Rhythm Band. And he came up and said, so he expressed himself on the reel and gave me that money. And we've been friends ever since. We were friends before. Then he called me and said, I got a book I want you to read. And okay, you gave me $20,000. If you want me to come over and cut your front grass on your lawn, I'm there. Cutting the grass. I don't know. He said, can you do me a favor? Like,
Right.
Okay, you gave me $20,000. Here come the favors. I don't know where we're going with this. See, I want. This is Hollywood. I don't know where you're going with that.
Right. Wait, and he did it publicly, right?
Yeah, right. That was always gonna be my out. Okay, you the one walked up there and took my mic. So all bets off. I ain't got nothing to do with it. It's all on you. You do it, you do it, you don't, you don't. You got favors, you got favors. He said, I want you to read my book. And I'm like,
Oh God, Jesus.
Okay. Then he called back about a week later and said, oh, you know what? They told me I must have I didn't tell you correct what I want you to do. I'm like, oh wow, this is getting deep. I want you to read. I want you to talk my book on the. You want me to do voice stuff? Yeah. He wanted me to voice over his book, Express Yourself by Charles Wright, his book, which is now on a best-selling thing on Amazon. You can buy the book on Amazon.
Also buy it, right.
Express Yourself, but you move over to the next thing and you can buy the
audio book.
The audio book is me. Express Yourself by Charles Wright. Chapter 1. I grew up in a little town and blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And they came in that day and they took everything, but big man, we love it. Oh man. 146 chapters later, I'm through with the book. He gives me my salary for doing the book. Ain't that, because originally I said, okay, you want me to do the book? No, how much you charge me to do the book? Oh, I can say, I said, don't ever ask a broke man, how much do you want? I can give you some numbers with zeros. You give me a price and I say, yeah, nay, but don't say I want rent, car note, that's how much I want. So he paid me a decent salary to do his book. I finished his book.
Oh God.
3 weeks ago, he gave me his second book to do. So I'm on his second book now. Up From Where We've Come. That's his second book. More of his life story. I'm audio booking that. So he's on my board of advisors. So we put the foundation together. Everything is working. I got a president. I got a secretary and a treasurer. I got a board of advisors. And guess who's the head of the chairwoman, because she's behind what I'm doing too, chairwoman on my board of advisors, the Honorable Ambassador Diane Watson. She believes in me and believes in it. She came up. Charles, she's
amazing.
She is.
She's my sorority sister, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, and
whatever that is.
No, wrong. That's Delta. And she's in my chapter Alpha Gamma Omega chapter Los Angeles. So I know Sora Diane Watson well. Okay.
So
And
I talked to her.
she just got a street named after her
I was
and a
there.
corridor, a school.
I was there.
Right. So
Yep. So she got behind me and said, whatever you need, I'll introduce you to some people downtown. Gave me a name of this other lady. I went to an exclusive party. Whose party am I going to? The re-election campaign for Mayor Karen Bass. I'm like, wow, now I'm rubbing elbows and hobnobbing.
Right.
And I walked up to Karen and I said, I've always wanted to meet you just to say these words. When you got elected into the Senate, I was the band that played for your election party.
Oh, wow.
And she said, why? I said, at the Sony Studios in Culver City, I was that band. James Burks hired me to play.
James Burke. I went to Cuba with James Burke.
Wow. Well, he hired me to be the band for Karen Bass.
Wow.
So we talked, and so now I'm moving in.
She went to the state senate before she became a
congresswoman. Exactly.
Right.
So now I'm moved. Now from God signing that check with $20,000, I'm starting to move into a whole nother realm of. But I'm still country. I still eat chicken and mashed potatoes and hot water cornbread. I still play music. I still joke and laugh. But now I'm moving it. When I left the party with Karen Bass, she was in tears because I did Richard Pryor for her and she lost it. So she just started cracking up. So that's why I don't play the airs. I play the fun. And if you real, you understand that and you come real back with me. It's not about a whole put on. So we got the foundation up. We got everything rolling. I got the different people on the boards of Lawrence Hilton Jacobs on my advisory board. Oh, dang it. I lost the names of these people, but they're on my advisory boards to help get the word out to other people. And so we put everything together. I said, now fast forward to this year. I said, okay, what my mind is thinking, I want it bigger than Catalina Jazz Club. I wanted something bigger. Took the president with me, and we went to the Saban, and we looked up at this magnificent Ephesus, and we're like, yeah. I said, this is, because I went to see the Temptations there, and I knew the building.
Me too, right.
Temptations and Four Tops, they were there, and I went to see them.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, this is it. And the guy said, well, it's $35,000 for Saturday night, and I said, well, I guess it's not going to be it. And my president was saying,
change your location, right.
My president was like, oh, I love it. We'll take it. Hope you got $35,000 because I got 35 cents.
Right.
So that was a wing and a prayer and a vision to have it at the Saban on that stage, get as many people in there as we can. I don't know if we're going to get 2,000 in there or not, but I just want to get as many people to hear this message. And then I started saying, okay, let me get people on this thing that believes in what I'm doing and helps out. I got the Word Up Story, which are the members of Cameo, Tommy Arnett and his brother. And so they're coming down from Atlanta to do it. I had been talking to Felton Pilot to get Confunction to do it. It was a little outside of the realm of my budget, but they are behind me. They're going to make a donation. I wanted to get the Honeycomb, but they were busy that day because they were at my fundraiser at Catalina that night. They knew what I was doing. And so I started calling in chips on friends. And they said, yeah. So I have a lineup of some amazing music. I got Elton John's going to be doing Benny and the Jets and some other stuff. My theme song for me for 2025 is I'm Still Standing. Yeah. Which is Elton John's song. That's my theme song of what I am. I'm still standing. So he's going to be when I say these guys, these are the tribute.
Kenny Metcalf as Elton John.
Elton John, and he kills it. Right. I play with him, and we turn the place out. And I loved Elton John from when I was growing up.
Right.
So, and Martin Kimber does George Michael and Prince like nobody else. So I brought them on board. Gail Johnson has an all-girl jazz group that will smoke any male jazz group to pieces. It's called Jazz.
Dancing Peak with Kamoko.
Yes.
Who is bad. All of them is Kimberly, Allison, Dee, Simone. all of them is cold. Then you got Aja, my
Asia's gonna
girl.
be, yes, ma'am.
She'll be there.
She's on my new album. I got her on. I actually tomorrow I'm cutting one of the songs that she's doing on my new album. Costello is gonna be there.
The Gil Scott Heron, Bluesology, and
So everybody knows who Gil Scott Heron was.
Evening.
Everybody knows who Gil Scott Heron was, the activist, spoken
right.
word. I went to New York for a whole 3 month at the Soho Playhouse in Lower Manhattan off Broadway, and we did the Gil Scott Heron Bluesology show. I played percussion like the guys had with the Last Poets back in the day. They came out with This Revolution Will Not Be Televised. It was a smash. So I invited them on to show to do that piece in that show.
And you're going to be Afro-Cubaning. You'll be playing, right? Are you the surprise guest? Look, this is LA. You know how it's going to be. Folks is going to show up. They're going to show up and show out. Pay celebrities. That's what we do. I mean, I'm not a celebrity, but wait a minute, I might be.
But everybody's a star. Your shine just different from mine, but everybody's a star. But yeah, I got a gospel choir coming because I wake up every morning and singing every morning, pretty much through my house. I have CeCe Winans, God, the Goodness of God. And I have Donnie McClurkin doing Great Is Thy Mercy. And those things get into my system, and that's how I feel the rest of the day. Although stuff keeps being thrown at me, at least I got that inside of my body that it helps ward off. I can sing those songs and feel good. So the show is but I did not know it was this much work, even for me doing what I'm doing. Because I'm putting the show on, I'm putting the bands together, I'm putting this, that, and the other, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. My whole living room is full of nothing but papers. Just a piece of paper with your number on it. Just a piece of paper. I just wrote it down. But it's going to work. I trust and believe it's going to work.
Well, I'm going to post it on my page. I'm also going to get the link from you where people can buy tickets. So it's September 27th, 2025. Doors open at 5 p.m.
Blue carpet.
6.
Blue carpet.
Blue carpet. Blue carpet. Show up and be fine. Okay. And thank you. Thank you for being such a stellar guest. I'm so excited for you. Hey, I welcome you to come back anytime. Let's talk about the next venture after this venture and beyond. So thank you. I mean, is there anything else you'd like to say before we close?
No, just everybody go to www.bohf.info. That's the website for the Victor Orlando Hope Foundation. You can read about everything, and you can order tickets from there, or you can get your tickets at the Saban box office at 888-645-5006. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Music but it's not about the music or the money. It's about the cause and the mission to help get guys. So
and
we're going to bohf.info.
Info.
INFO.
Okay. .com or that's it?
No, .info. Just
.info. Okay, I'm putting it across right now. All right.
And it comes up. And
I'll put the phone number on later. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And we got 30 seconds. And I want to thank you so very much.
Okay. And don't leave, but thank you so much. Thank you for helping me walk with the pain and chain. Until the next time, keep living and keep walking through your victory. And let's support the Hope Foundation today. All right. Thanks, Victor.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
Bye-bye, everybody.